take you to Limpopo now, where Transport MEC Florence Radzilani says that she's concerned with the high number of pedestrians who have died on the provincial roads during the long Easter weekend. The Road Traffic Management Corporation says over 70,000 vehicles were stopped and checked. Close to 700 motorists have been arrested for various offences, including drunken driving, excessive speeding, producing false documentation, reckless driving and overloading. Moloto Moloko is on the N1 South monitoring the situation there and joins us for the very latest. A very good morning to you, Moloto Moloko. We were in KZN earlier on monitoring the N3 concession route. Things seem to be quite calm at that stage, with very few arrests having been made. What are we seeing in Limpopo? The concerns around pedestrians being knocked over, but what are some of the other big concerns that you've monitored this morning?
Well, good morning, Rafiwa Madzena, and welcome to the uncharacteristically windy and cold Polokwane. As you can see, I'm actually standing on the intersection of the Nelson Mandela Drive as well as the Tabombeki Drive that is leading you out of Polokwane. This is where the N1 is starting out of the capital city of the Limpopo province, leading to Pretoria in Gauteng, and the traffic volumes really look very normal to me. But as you can see, majority of the vehicles that are passing through here heading towards the south, Mokopane, Mokopong, presumably up to Pretoria or even up to Johannesburg, majority of these vehicles are registered in Gauteng, an indication perhaps that these are the people who have been on a holiday in the northernmost province of Limpopo, now returning back to Gauteng province. Of course, the authorities have indicated through a media statement that the traffic volumes are expected to peak later this morning until in the evening, saying that they will continue to monitor compliance on the road. The MEC for Community Safety and Transport, Florence Radzilani, indicating there that she's worried by the high number of deaths of pedestrians who are knocked down by vehicles as they are crossing roads, saying that the majority of the people who died on our roads during this Easter period, majority of them happen to be pedestrians. And this also confirms what I was told by the Executive of Road Safety at the weekend at the RTMC, that actually in many instances during the Easter holidays across the country, more than half of the people who die on our roads happen to be pedestrians. A very worrisome trend, because you would assume that these are the people who would not need to be on particularly the national roads, the N1, the N3. That would tell you that possibly these are people who would be crossing in the roads, in the towns, in the townships, and even in villages. The MEC Radzilani going on to say that what worries her further is that in some of the accidents that involve motorists and pedestrians, the motorists tend to drive away and they don't stay to check on the well-being of those they have knocked, saying that they defeat the ends of justice there. Of course, during this Easter period, we know that at the St. Engenas ZCC, the ZCC church, one with the Dove badge, there was a pilgrimage, and the ANC President Cyril Ramaphosa was there yesterday, and we continue to see some of the vehicles driving from the direction from Mybeck leading to the south, coming from the ZCC pilgrimage. But I must point out that this is not the only road leading out of Polokwane. Of course, it is one of the major. The other one is called the Zanen bypass. It's a new road that's been constructed on the outskirts of Polokwane. There's no doubt that some of the motorists, particularly those who are coming from towns such as Zanen, Giani, they will choose not to come through the city of Polokwane. They will certainly opt to go through the Zanen bypass, connect along the N1, go towards the small town of Mokopane, down to Pretoria and Johannesburg.
Thank you very much, Moloto, for that extensive update on the traffic movements in Limpopo coming back into Joburg and various other parts of the province. Looking dapper as always, that is reporter Moloto Moloko, who, as you heard, covered the ZCC pilgrimage and now the return of people to their various destinations ahead of the work week. And that